Okay, today I want to discuss a topic that might take a year or two or even three to actually materialize, but when it does, there will be ripple effects. The topic is blockchain, and while I do fully understand that many gaming enthusiasts simply don't care about blockchain technology, or NFTs for that matter, or any of those concepts in general, I'm here to tell you that you should care, because they are headed straight for the mainstream AAA video game industry like a cruise missile. A lot of this will be based on Ubisoft for today, because Ubisoft just held a quarterly earnings report conference call, and in that call, they revealed certain plans, action items, and agenda points that give an indication to shareholders where the company is intending to expand. For the sake of time, I'll focus on a few different quotes, but the entire call and PR-based document as well is linked down the description. During the call portion, Ubisoft's chief financial officer said the following, quote, "Blockchain will enable more play to earn that will enable more players to actually earn content, own content, and we think it's going to grow the industry quite a lot. We've been working with lots of small companies going on blockchain, and we're starting to have a good know-how on how it can impact the industry, and we want to be one of the key players here." End quote. The key word there, or key phrase, I guess, I suppose, is play to earn. That's the important part, which refers to a monetization and game design strategy, which I will explain much more in depth later on. Also contained in the conference call, and by the way, I'm actually sick right now, so I'm realizing that my voice sounds really strange, but yeah, that's just a product of like nasal congestion. Anyway, also contained in the conference call is a statement from Yves Guillemot, which reads as follows, quote, "As you see, this industry is changing regularly with lots of new revolutions happening. We consider blockchain one of those revolutions. It will imply more play to earn that will enable more players to actually earn content, own content, and we think it's going to grow the industry quite a lot." End quote. You'll notice a similarity between those quotes owing to the fact that they contain nearly identical verbiage. That's a product of targeted, meticulous rhetoric because this is an earnings call aimed at investors. Ubisoft, as well as other gaming publishers, are incredibly careful with what they say and how they say it when it comes to the investor community. So these quotes, among others, there's a bunch more, establish a tangible short-term interest in NFTs, blockchain, and crypto-based games, which are referred to as play-to-earn titles in the conference call. However, Ubisoft has actually had an interest in blockchain expansion for quite some time. Most recently, Ubisoft backed a company called Animoca during a $65 million cap raise, and Animoca is a specialist in NFT and play-to-earn gaming groups with a growing portfolio of projects. As defined by Animoca, play-to-earn is a system that enables players to buy NFT characters or tools using in-game currency, then using the digital assets to enhance their performance in the game and earn the game's crypto. These tokens can then be exchanged for fiat currency or used to continue buying NFTs. Basically, it's a fusion between real currency, in-game mechanics, pay to win, and crypto. So now that we've more clearly defined their nebulous terminology from the earnings call, it's time to ask the question, just how enthusiastic are they on the subject? The answer to that is actually quite obvious when you dig even slightly into the company's latest efforts, so let's dive in. For example, Ubisoft has a division called the Strategic Innovation Lab, which gave an hour-long presentation at GDC, Game Developers Conference, in 2019, specifically about exploring blockchain integrations for their games. This panel contained descriptions of their terminology, ideas for why, how, and when to monetize with the tech, why it's important and useful for different games, and a whole lot more. But the primary takeaway is that the company has been building on a fundamental interest for blockchain technology and NFT concepts for quite some time. On top of this, there is another division of Ubisoft called the Entrepreneurs Lab, which focuses on startups and new opportunities through investment. On their list of previously supported companies, we can see names like Aleph.im, Horizon Blockchain Games, and Non-Fungible, which focuses on everything from blockchain token design in games to incentivizing and promoting the adoption of NFTs, as well as enhancing their liquidity. Basically, Ubisoft isn't just saying that they plan to expand into blockchain tech, they are actively doing it while promoting it to more people on purpose, trying to spur adoption, and they have been for quite a while. So understanding what play to earn actually means, realizing that Ubisoft has now invested directly into Animoca brands, and also considering their other investments in the space, what would a play to earn project, game, or community especially actually look like? Animoca Brands has a number of separate projects, but one of them is a play-to-earn community called Gamey. It's game, but with two E's. Gamey is a platform where you supposedly get paid for playing the games, and effectively participate in daily or weekly lotteries. Funny story, I'm pretty sure that platform in particular actually reached out to me for a sponsorship, but it was one of the ones that was like so badly worded and so stupid that it immediately got deleted and cleansed. So I don't actually remember much about it, but Basically, the correspondence that I've seen, or at least from what I remember, is an absolute joke. For the most part, these are browser flash games that just suck. I can't even figure out how to play half of them because they aren't even games in some cases. They're just luck-based nothingness, and they absolutely spam you with advertisements. Every other game, you get slammed, like with a full window ad every time you try to restart or every other time. Every time you do anything, it tries to get you to unlock things, and that also spams you with full page ads, which makes the entire experience just ridiculous, frustrating, and stupid. Not to mention the fact that a lot of it is purely luck-based and has nothing to do with skill-based rewards. So what's the point? Well, the point, as is the case with the entire concept of play to earn, is that you can make money. If you check out the rewards page, you see some big numbers for the top 3 users, though that is spread over a long period of time as well, and probably isn't that big when you do the math, but whatever. And then some daily prize awards lower down. Now, I have no idea what possessed me to even do this. I don't, but I started to search through the users to see if people were winning twice. And you know what? Someone did win twice. A user named Armand won today when I made the video, and yesterday as well, but his last name's initial is different. Well, if you click his profile, you see that the actual username is Armand Udin 5, and if you then search Armand Udin in the website, you find 6 different profiles, 2 of which have the exact same picture. That means this guy has multiple accounts. Okay, not that big, but wait, because the other account that won the day before isn't even Armand Udin, it's Armand Aro, and if you search that username, there is another account with the exact same picture. These aren't default pictures, this is a custom upload. And that means this guy has, I don't even know, 3, at least 3, 5, a dozen, 100 accounts, and those accounts are winning money on a near daily basis. I have no idea how far it goes, and I didn't feel like diving into the rabbit hole of a play-to-earn cesspool right now. That's much more than I can bite off at the moment, but it's indicative of what these communities really are and what they typically become. Play to earn isn't a healthy way to make a game or a community. Keep in mind, Ubisoft is not only talking about this concept to its investors, they've actually invested their own money, to the tune of millions, by the way, in play to earn startups, NFT projects, and blockchain companies. Play to earn communities, and I'm sure many of you watching this have seen one at some point or another in your lives, the shitty flash game websites that pretend you can earn extra cash just by playing. But anyways, play to earn communities inevitably devolve into an infestation of duplicate accounts and people trying to game the system because they offer cash. The entirety of their traffic, literally the entirety of their traffic, is driven by people who simply want to access the free money, despite this money not being free at all, and more often than not it's barred behind incredible time gates and advertising barriers, with mere pennies awarded to actual legitimate players. All of the traffic they generate, all of the engagement, of which there is plenty, to be sure, comes from people who simply want money. And while I have no doubt the concept is lucrative by itself, it is also horribly shallow, tedious, and unworthy of being propelled into a mainstream spotlight or pushed on a broader gaming audience by major publishers. Ubisoft is investing in this content, partnering with startups and growing brands that specialize in this content, and announcing to their investors that they want to lead the industry with this kind of content, because they think it will become highly important and integral to the future of gaming. There are, of course, better applications of the term play to earn, such as The Sandbox, which is also developed, published, I don't even know the exact relationship here, but they are connected in some capacity to Animoca brands. This is a much more comprehensive product, I would say, that allows players to make their own NFT characters, make money from selling them, design other content, and by all metrics right now, it is actually very popular. How long that lasts, I have no idea, but the fundamental premise of NFT or blockchain technology in gaming doesn't have to be bad. Problem is, it usually is bad, and right now that particular industry is rife with concern over a whole slew of different issues, ranging from climate effect to authenticity, security, and longevity. Even worse, the reception right now over NFT and blockchain focus is mixed at best. Behavior Interactive, actually I'd probably say it's decidedly negative. Behavior Interactive, the developers behind Dead by Daylight, announced an NFT integration and were met with immediate and severe backlash. Valve, the company behind Steam, which is the primary PC gaming platform, announced that it will quite literally ban NFT and cryptocurrency games entirely. And for Ubisoft, that might not be the biggest issue in the world, since they also operate their own proprietary digital storefront, but the gaming industry at large is not universally accepting of these current trends, and it will not be a smooth journey to integrate them. It's certainly possible that NFT technology and blockchain functionality could be of benefit to certain video games, could being the operative word here, but if we look at any other monetization system in the mainstream AAA world, what do we see? We see a progression where that concept is polluted and bastardized into the worst version of itself as the bottom line increases and relative quality decreases. The best example would be the fusion of gambling and gaming as the concept of loot boxes infected more and more mainstream titles. Some are worse than others, yes, of course, but that concept has only grown and evolved in a negative way since inception, which would logically compel us to be extremely skeptical of play to earn titles and communities, no matter who they come from, what publisher, and what they contain. There's much more here to examine as well, and I guess I could have gone a lot deeper, and I might in the future, but for right now, a surface level take is probably the only thing I can muster. But there's much more here, such as the financial link between Animoca Brands, also linked now to Ubisoft, and YGG, also known as Yield Guild Games. YGG is a play-to-earn community that focuses on the Philippines, Indonesia, Brazil, and Venezuela. These are the areas where they actively recruit and advertise. Play-to-earn communities are intrinsically designed to target the financially destitute. That's where the engagement comes from. 12 hours a day playing ridiculous, useless little games so that you can then turn around and maybe sell those items or maybe exchange that platform currency for something usable. It's a lucrative, well-established, and reliable model of ensnaring users. Ubisoft is looking to expand into that market with the partnerships over the course of years now to prove it and back it up, and I have a hard time thinking of any possible upside to that endeavor. This won't improve games the same way that the concept of time gating in the mobile gaming industry never improved a single thing. This will be an evolution on the methods by which gaming publishers extract funds from a vulnerable population. That's really fundamentally what it is. And Ubisoft seems to be on the cutting edge of it. Make no mistake, these publishers do not operate in a vacuum. Almost everything they do meshes with larger industry trends. One example? Think no further than Battle Royale. Almost every single major publisher in the entire industry has now created a Battle Royale title, or multiple actually, and that kind of replication doesn't just disappear, it grows. NFT, blockchain, and now more precisely play-to-earn mechanics are on the horizon for AAA gaming, and as time goes by, that will become increasingly obvious. I hope that they will turn away from the more predatory, low-value application of this technology and concept, but I don't exactly have high hopes for that outcome. However, it's possible, and rather than harp on the negative here, I guess I'll end with a message of hope that maybe these concepts can be implemented in a beneficial way, rather than a predatory one. It's possible. That's it. If you want support, check out the links down below. There is Odyssey, which is just a YouTube platform alternative. All my content is there. You can watch it for free. Locals, $5 a month to support the channel. Helps with demonetization or whatever. Another gaming YouTuber to check out and subscribe to as well. Merch, social media, etc., etc. But I'll cut it there and stop rambling. As always, thank you all for watching, and have a nice night.